The storm raged violently. The ship's timbers creaked, groaning with every wave, and the howling winds rattled the cabin windows. Inside her small, dimly lit room, Eliza Hargrave sat by the flickering lantern, alone with her thoughts. She had been traveling for weeks, leaving behind a life she thought she could never escape. But even here, in the vast ocean, she couldn't shake the feeling of emptiness that had followed her since she lost her husband. Then came the crash. The door to her cabin exploded open, and a fierce gust of wind swept in with it. Before she could react, something massive tumbled inside, a blur of feathers and frantic wings. Her heart stopped. An eagle, its wings trapped in thick ropes, struggled desperately on the floor. Its sharp beak was tightly bound, and its golden eyes locked onto hers with a silent plea. Frozen in fear for a heartbeat, Eliza stumbled backward. She had heard tales of the wild, untamable eagles of the frontier, majestic creatures, kings of the sky. Yet here, one was helpless on her cabin floor. Her pulse raced as the ship lurched in the storm. But despite the chaos, Eliza felt something deep within her. It wasn't just fear, it was compassion. This creature wasn't her enemy, it was in pain, and it needed her help. Taking a deep breath, she approached the eagle slowly, whispering, "Easy now, I won't hurt you." Her hands trembled as she gently reached for the tangled ropes. She had no tools, only her bare hands and determination. The ropes cut into her palms as she worked, the ship rocking beneath her, but she didn't stop. Every time the ship rolled, she steadied herself and kept going. Finally, with one last pull, the ropes fell away. The eagle stood still for a moment, looking into her eyes, an eternity in that gaze, before it let out a sharp, triumphant cry and soared through the open porthole, disappearing into the wild storm. Eliza sat back, breathless, the wind howling outside. Her palms bled, but she felt something else, something she hadn't felt in so long: hope. The ship reached New York Harbor, and Eliza continued her journey westward, traveling by stagecoach through dense forests and rugged mountains toward the Ohio Territory. The autumn leaves danced in the wind, the roads winding beneath the golden sun. As the coach rattled along a narrow path near the Allegheny foothills, a shadow passed over her. She glanced up, and her heart skipped a beat. There, circling above her, was the eagle, the same golden eagle. It dove low, calling out to her with an urgency she couldn't ignore. Eliza's heart raced. This was no coincidence. "Stop the coach!" she shouted, surprising even herself. The driver cursed under his breath, but he obeyed, bringing the horses to a halt. Without hesitation, Eliza stepped down into the dusty road, and the eagle shot ahead, soaring toward the dense forest that lined the path. It cried out again, louder now, and Eliza knew she had to follow. As she stepped into the thick woods, the air grew heavy, the trees closing in around her like silent sentinels. The forest was alive, full of sounds she couldn't name. Yet somehow she wasn't afraid. The eagle led her, guiding her deeper into the unknown. It called to her, each cry drawing her further in. And then she found it. A small clearing opened up, and there, caught in a hunter's cruel snare, lay another eagle. Its wing was twisted and broken, its body pinned helplessly to the earth. The first eagle circled above, crying out as it hovered near, watching. Eliza's heart tightened in her chest. She understood. This was why the eagle had come. It hadn't just returned to repay a favor. It had returned to lead her to its companion, to another soul in need. With a deep breath, Eliza knelt beside the injured bird. The trap was rusted and cruel, its iron teeth digging into the eagle's flesh. The creature's eyes were filled with pain, but there was still a flicker of trust. "Hold on," Eliza whispered, her hands shaking as she worked to free it. Her fingers slipped as she struggled with the metal, but the eagle, now calm, watched her intently. It seemed to know she was trying to help. After what felt like an eternity, the trap finally sprung open. The eagle staggered, testing its injured wing. And then, with a powerful beat of its wings, the two eagles soared into the sky together, a pair once again. Eliza stood alone in the clearing, her heart full of wonder. She had done it. She had helped them both. A month passed, and Eliza had settled into her new life in the Ohio wilderness, her log cabin perched atop a hill overlooking vast meadows. It was quiet, peaceful even. But sometimes, on those still evenings when the sun dipped below the horizon, Eliza felt the loneliness creep back in. It was a simple evening when it happened again. As Eliza stepped onto her balcony, the air cool and crisp, she looked up to see two dark shadows circling above. Her breath caught in her throat. The eagles had returned. She stood still, watching in awe as they glided closer, their massive wings cutting through the evening sky. They landed softly on the roof of her cabin, just as they had before, and began gathering twigs and feathers, building a nest of their own. For the first time in what felt like forever, Eliza felt a warmth in her chest. She had helped them, and now they were here, not just as visitors, but as part of her life, her sanctuary. They had chosen her. The winter came hard that year. The winds howled and snow piled high against the cabin. One fateful night, the storm became a beast, its fury crashing against the roof and walls. Eliza huddled by the fire, praying the cabin would hold. Then came the groan of the roof, a sound that made her blood run cold. The weight of the snow was too much. The beams cracked and the roof began to cave in. Panic surged in her chest. She grabbed for a shovel, but it was too late. The ceiling above her gave way, and a section of the roof crumbled. And then, just as quickly, there was a fierce fluttering. Eliza looked up. The eagles, both of them, had taken flight. They soared down, their wings beating with the force of the storm, and positioned themselves above the wreckage. Their powerful wings beat against the howling wind, holding the roof steady, preventing the collapse from reaching Eliza. They held on, hour after hour, through the night until the storm passed. By morning, the eagles were gone, but the damage was minimal. Eliza was safe, and when the snow melted, there were 3 eaglets in the nest. Life had returned, strong and pure, right where the eagles had left it. Years passed, and Eliza's cabin became a legend among travelers. They spoke of the woman who shared her home with eagles, who had given freely without ever expecting anything in return. And as she watched the young eagles soar high above her home, Eliza realized the truth. What you give, the world always finds a way to return. Kindness, pure, selfless kindness, does not fade. It comes back, stronger and more beautiful than we could ever imagine. You see, kindness is never truly lost. It flies on silent wings, across oceans, across forests, across months and years. And someday, when you least expect it, it will return, just as the eagles returned to Eliza. Just as the trust she gave to them returned to her in the form of protection, loyalty, and love. So the next time you're faced with a choice, remember this: the kindness you give, no matter how small, will always find its way back to you. Trust in that. It will fly back when you need it most. And just like the eagles, you'll be soaring too.